Why am I, Buffy the Body, getting blamed for the whole big booty, booty shots, booty implants epidemic? It's like I've had people at King Magazine tell me that I was to blame for all of this. I've had people at Black Men Magazine to tell me that. I've had people at Smooth Magazines. I had people on video sets tell me I was to blame. And I don't like that. Why am I to blame for everybody wanting a big booty and doing whatever it takes to get one? That's what this video is about. Buffy the Body Buffy the Body takes all of the blame. Here how it started. Okay, you've heard of Buffy the Body, 2004, 2005. I hopped on the scene, magazines, videos, such and such, blah, blah, blah. I'm not going to get into all of that because most of you know who I am. If you don't, just Google. But it was like I took the whole hip-hop video vixen world by storm. Became really popular in a short time, and my claim to fame was mainly the size of my butt. Like, my butt was like unheard of. Because you think about, around that time, 2004, 2005, there was not a lot of video girls on the cover of magazines with butts the size of mine. But matter of fact, around that time, I don't even remember any girls on the cover of magazines or the lead girl in music videos who had a butt the size of mine, with the waist as small and the butt as big. Now, I do remember Kai Toy, the girl in the Outkast video. She was out like maybe a year to 8 months or something before me. She came, she did her thing, but to my knowledge, she was not interested in the whole video girl, video vixen. She wasn't really into all of that and didn't care to pursue the whole thing. So her whole thing in the industry was short-lived because, as to my understanding, she wasn't interested in it anyway. So she got out of it. So here comes Buffy the Body, this dark-skinned chick with all of this butt. Next thing you know, start seeing me on the cover magazines. You see me in the music video. So I guess a lot of girls was thinking, the girls who was interested in getting in that industry, oh, you got to have a huge, absolutely huge, big, gigantic ghetto booty that's like 18 miles long in order to be popular in that industry. So next thing you know, I guess a lot of girls start doing all these things to enhance their butts. It was implants, butt shots. You had girls dying, had girls getting, women getting body parts like legs and stuff amputated because they was doing all of this illegal type of plastic surgery. You had girls being hospitalized. Like, it was just crazy. So and all of that just spiraled sort of out of control. So next thing you know, every single girl you saw had this huge, gigantic, out of this world booty. And I get blamed for it. Like, literally a lot of people have told me, and these are not just everyday ordinary people. These are people who work at the magazines and directors of music videos and stuff. They used to tell me all the time, you know you're the one, we blame you for this. And it was always in a joking type of way. But I used to think to myself, I'm like, I ain't got nothing to do with that. I didn't tell these girls to go out and try to do all of this, trying to be the next Buffy the Body or whatever. But after I thought about it for a while, I sort of thought, maybe I am, not to blame, but sort of I can understand why it happened. But you can't blame me for it, but I can understand why girls started to do it, because they saw how my life just completely blew up, how things just was so great for me in the hip-hop industry. And it was all because I had this enormous booty, basically. So they said maybe we need that too in order to be, I guess, popular or whatever. Okay, fast forward to now, my life now. I'm of course still Buffy the Body. I'm not in that industry anymore. I don't have friends in that industry. I don't dabble in that industry. I don't know anyone in that industry. I don't know who's the popular video girl now. I don't know who's in the music videos now. I don't know what's the popular rapper now. What's the latest, hottest songs on the radio now. I don't watch music videos. I don't follow that industry anymore. I don't watch reality shows. I don't do any of that. I don't even really, the whole club scene, I don't even really hang out in that scene no more. I can't really tell you the last time I've been in a nightclub doing something that's Buffy the Body. Well, it's been a while since I've been in a nightclub anyway, at least 3 or 4 months. I know not this year, but so I'm not in that industry at all now. So then having a huge, big, gigantic, ghetto-ish booty was cool. I needed that because I was in that industry, and that's what they needed. That's what you get all the love for. That's how you make all the money and get booked and do all of this and host parties and be in VIPs and getting flown all over the United States and all over the country because I had this huge booty and this really small waist. So, like I said, now I'm not in that industry. I'm in the health and fitness industry. So it's like 2 totally different worlds because the hip-hop industry is not really known for health and fitness. They don't really collide or mesh at all. They should, but they don't. So a lot of people that didn't know what happened to Buffy the Body, that's what happened to me. But like I said, because the whole hip-hop industry is not really a health and fitness conscious, they're not really a health and fitness conscious industry, basically. So a lot of people didn't know that I went over to the health and fitness industry. But now that I'm over here, having a big booty is not as important anymore. Not only because I'm not in that industry or not around those people or not in that atmosphere, it's just not as important no more because, like I said, for what? I'm not in that industry no more. I'm in the health and fitness industry. The majority of my fan base in that industry, hip-hop industry, were men. Now, probably 90% of my fan base now is women. So, it's like the big, gigantic, huge, out of this world booty was cool for that industry. It helped a lot. But it's like, I want a big butt, but it doesn't have to be huge, gigantic butt, basically. So it's like, the girls who's cool with the huge booties and whatever they're out there doing to get their butts that big, I don't judge anyone. Do what you do. I don't care. I'm not going to say I don't care because that's like sort of mean. I care about people, but I don't meddle in people's business, basically. Like, I'm just not that type of person. So whatever works for someone, I feel like if you're grown, you can do what you want to do. But me personally, I'm not all into the like big booty thing no more. Like, I don't need it. It's not like at the top of my list like it was at one time. So now it's more like when I go to the gym, I don't constantly work on my butt. Like I don't go hard with training my glutes. I don't go intense no more because Lord knows I don't need my butt to be no bigger than what it is now. I promise you I don't. My mind has changed. My priorities have changed. My outlook on life has changed. So you get to a point where, you know, and this is going to happen to everyone. So the younger girls that's listening to me now, your mind will change. When you get older and you find someone that you want to be with forever and you get more settled in life, and it's just like you don't want the attention no more. You don't want you can't never go anywhere without someone looking at you like, you don't want all of that no more. It was cool back then, but you know, you get to a point where you like, leave me alone. Like, you know, I find myself, like in the summertime, I wear big fluffy sundresses to try to cover up my butt. In the wintertime, when I have to wear jeans or sweats or something, I'm constantly tying something around my waist. I don't want to be downtown, taking care of business or in a meeting or something with this huge thing following behind me, or you know, going to the bank, you know, having meetings or supermarket and stuff. You just don't want that 24/7 attention. Not that type of attention anyway. So, like I said, I want my big booty. I love butts, period. I love a woman with a nice butt. But, I just don't need the hugeness and the giganticness and the ghetto-ness, because I sort of consider my butt, it's already crossed over into, I've always thought this about my butt, that it was a little on the, it's a ghetto booty basically. It's a ghetto booty. It's no use of trying to sugarcoat it. It's a good ghetto booty. And I used to joke to my friends all the time, like my girlfriends. I'm like, you know what, girl? I don't have a daytime booty. I have a nighttime booty. My booty is not daytime friendly, if that makes any sense to you. Because it's like I'm always covering it up during the day if I have to go out. Now at night, clubs and lounges and stuff, my butt is more appropriate for those type of atmospheres, you know, that. But, you know, going to family cookouts and in-laws dinners and stuff, and I'm like, how in the world am I going to hide this? Because even the most reserved person is going to notice it. Like, most people don't say anything about it, but most reserved people don't. But women, kids, anybody, it's real noticeable basically. So if any of you notice, like on the cover of my DVD, the Grade A Glutes DVD, it's funny because when I first took that photo for that DVD, I looked at my butt and I'm like, this is entirely too big for a cover of a DVD. We're going to have to make this booty smaller. And of course, they're men, so they telling me, no, don't leave it the size it is. You know, it's a glute DVD, it's a booty DVD. I'm like, yeah, I know, but if I could face forward on the cover of this DVD, I would have. But because it was a glute DVD, I'm like, I have to sort of show my glutes. But my glutes was just looking too big. Which brings me to when I was on the cover of King magazine. And I was on the cover of King magazine. My first time being on the cover of King, it was their 5th year anniversary issue. And it was 5 girls on the cover. It was Melissa Ford, it was me, it was the Gomez Reagan girl. I don't know, Gomez, I don't remember. She played on some TV show. It was Trina and it was Maya. All of us had a cover. So it was like when it came down to my cover, and when I finally saw the cover, I'm like, what happened to my butt? They had shaved just about all of my butt off. But because that magazine was going in, you know, King Magazine back then was going in Walmarts and stuff, and maybe Walmart, or maybe they knew that Walmart was not going to accept that issue with my butt being the size that it was. So I knew then that my butt was just out of this world. But it made me think back to, with my DVD cover, it made me think back to the King Magazine. I'm like, now, with my grade A glutes, if I wanted this DVD to one day go into Target or Walmart, what are they going to look at when they look at this cover? The first thing their eyes going to tune in on is that huge backside. So I'm like, we got to make this thing. And it just looked too big anyway. Just for my taste, it looked too big. So they argued me down that I didn't need to change it. But I'm like I said, I'm looking at marketing standpoint and I'm looking at business now. My butt is what it is. It's big. It is what it is. But when you start thinking about business and trying to go further and do bigger things, you start thinking like, how do I need to change as far as appearance, attitude, personality, a lot of things. So I was like, you know what? I hear what y'all saying. Y'all are men. Listen to what I'm saying. We got to make my butt smaller. So we took some meat off my butt. We photoshopped it down, but it still looks sort of big on that cover. But I didn't want to make it flat. But it's just it's a lot. It's a lot. But going back to the whole premise of this video, it's like I'm being blamed for something that I'm not really even a part of no more. I really don't want to be a part of no more. But just something I gotta live with. So, that's just life. Just something that, you know, the whole Buffie the Body thing, even when it's over, it's not really over. So I'm not upset with anyone by blaming me for the whole big booty thing. Like I said, it is what it is. I enjoyed my time in that industry. I had a beautiful time in that industry. And I would never trade it for the world. I was blessed. I was really, really blessed. Because it took me out of a time in my life and just put me up on a pedestal. I made much money. I learned so much. And it was like a time in my life I'll never forget. I will never ever forget that time of my life. But it's beyond, it's behind me now. So I do the health and fitness thing now. So that's what the video was about. I just wanted to touch on the whole thing about me being blamed for the whole big booty thing. And with me not even, I love my butt. I don't want to talk bad about it because I do love it. I love all of this back here. It's just it just gets in the way sometimes. It does. But I don't think it's going anywhere anytime. So I think it's going to be here with me forever. I have tried to like I said, don't go too hard in the gym so it can sort of a little bit sort of melt away a little bit, or sort of get a little smaller, or I don't know. But it's a lot going on back here, and I just don't want the attention no more. That's all it is. So I'm always real cautious of how I do things. Even when I put photos on my Instagram or Facebook, I try to be real cautious because, like I said, I don't want the attention from the wrong people. I don't want all the damn or shit or no. Oh Lord, no. I don't like hearing that anymore. And it's just me growing up. I'm a real grown woman now. I'm real grown. And it's just that all is to me now is kids play. So I just don't want to partake in it. I just want to be just me and get my workout on. My butt is here and it's going to stay, so it's not going anywhere. But, you know, sometimes it is what it is. But thanks for watching. And I just thought that would be a sort of funny but serious video to talk about. Girls, women, be careful out there, okay? Nothing is worth dying for. Nothing is worth dying for. If you want to go get butt implants or butt surgery or anything, do it. Just do your research and do it the safe way. Do it the safe way, because one day you'll come to a point where if you go out here and make your butt 19 miles long, it's going to come a point in your life where you're not going to want a 19 mile long butt. You're not going to want it. I'm telling you, you're not going to want it. So be mindful of what you do to your body now. Look at your body and just be mindful, because your mind will change. If you're human, your mind is going to change. And just be ready for that change. See you later. Bye. One question that was like a big controversy with Buffy the Body was my behind. Whether it was real or whether it was fake. You know, women can be very, very hateful. You know, she wearing butt pads. I think butt pads was first. Like, she's taking hormone shots, taking chicken pills. What is chicken pills? Can someone out there tell me what is chicken pills? When you're not mindful of what comes out of your mouth, you don't care. So if you don't care about other people, you don't care about yourself.